Hello and thank you for joining me on my colouring quest. So today is that video of the month again where I show you my completed pages, and this is for June 2024. I did just try taking a photo for like the thumbnail, so books are everywhere. Yeah, I think I completed 9 pages this month. And yeah, at the end of June, beginning of July, I was on holiday in Great Yarmouth, so, well, Caister near Great Yarmouth. So I didn't, yeah, I couldn't post, like, and film this video until now. So today is the 6th, I believe, of July. So already a bit like a week late, but I have a ton of colouring videos to catch up on. Because of the holiday, I was staying in a caravan, and unless you're using your own like personal data on your phone for internet, you only have internet in the like main entertainment buildings. So I haven't watched any completed pages videos yet because I only got back yesterday, and obviously ton of stuff to do before I can just like watch through all of those. So that will probably be starting tomorrow, me just like watching through everybody's videos, like just binge watching them. So without any more, I will start showing you my completed pages for the month. Now this first one is probably already been seen because this was a video, and it is from the Wildflower Folk Colouring Book by Christine Karen, and I absolutely love this book. Like everything about it, the front cover, the presentation, the paper, the illustrations of course, like just everything, like it's put together so well. And yeah, I was scared to start with the colouring in it, but you know what, nothing beats a colour palette challenge, doesn't it? Just to get you started. And I have to say that this did like turn out so much better than originally anticipating. Let me zoom in. Yeah, because when I got this colour palette I thought, yeah, she's just going to be a pink fairy, it's fine. And somehow I managed a believable skin tone out of this situation of a palette thanks to this colour here. Like, yeah, started off very pink, didn't she? But once adding that colour on top of those other colours, it all sort of came together and gave me hope basically that this was going to turn out okay. So yes, very, very, very proud of this one. And I had used the Black Widow pencils and a Posca pen. That is all I used because I use only these colours and I picked Black Widow pencils. Did I use the black and the white Black Widow pencils as well? I think I did. Normally with other sets like my Castle Arts and that, the black and white's already run out, so I use the black and white of the polychromos. But I believe, if I'm wrong, it'll be in that video anyway. I believe I used the black and the white of the actual Black Widows because I still have those ones. They haven't run out yet. I guess it won't be that long since they will though, knowing my look. So yeah, I really want to pick another one in here, but again, they're all so lovely that I don't even know where. Like I love that. I've seen some really beautiful ones of that, like where they make the moon look like it's glowing and everything. But I would probably want something that's sort of summery. I do like that. I think this is the one. Is that the one? I'm not going to say because I can't remember if it was or not. But yeah, she's a witch. She would be good for like Halloween. I've seen this coloured many, many beautiful ways. Like Love it. But when you've seen a picture so many times, that sometimes makes it scarier, doesn't it? See, she's nice. You could colour her at any time of the year, couldn't you? Look at her eyes though. How, like, Christine Karen gets them looking so beautiful. That's a fun one. So yeah, I want to try and pick another one out of there pretty soon. It might be this month or it might be next month. And I always keep a track of the ones that I've already used of the colour palettes, because I know this will take absolutely many years, but I don't want to repeat using the same palette twice before I've used all of them in my cube that I have. And yeah, that's going to take some time, but that's why I don't want to repeat it, because there's so many to use. Why would I reuse before using others? If that made sense, I hope it did. Right, so next up we have one you see pretty much every month, I think. From me is Carla Morgana's Spook Sketchbook, and that is because I'm still trying to complete it. Now, I had 3 marked off for this month, but going on holiday and I didn't take this book, I only had a chance to finish 1. I have put an alcohol marker base on this one and on this one here, but the one that I completed is this lady right here. And she has a very sparkly necklace, which is Stickles. I always use an alcohol marker base on these pages because I'm trying to use up my alcohol markers that I already have. If you haven't watched a video where I mentioned that, basically I want to buy a new set, but I don't want to buy a new set of like an expensive brand before I finish up using what I already have. So they get used up in here quite a lot. But yeah, so alcohol marker base. Brute Furnace square pencils, white Posca pen, and the Stickles in Waterfall on her necklace. I do love the shimmer those Stickles have. Like, it's blue but then green. But yeah, I do like how that turned out. I was not looking forward to colouring this one, I have to admit. But once I put the marker base down, I was like, oh, I still don't like it. Then I added the pencils and now I love it. So never give up on a page until it's complete, because you never know how it's actually going to turn out. Because do I have a marker base on the showing on the back? Look at how awful she looked just with a marker base on. Yeah, it was not pretty. The colours didn't look good at all, but once I shaded with pencils, I don't know, I like it now. So yeah, not too many pages left in here. I have flipped through this a few times, so I'll avoid doing that. But I still love that one that I did last month. Was it last month? May? But yeah, I do. So that is Spook Sketchbook by Carla Morgana. Next up is my most recent finished page. This is the book I took with me on holiday, and I only took the pencils I needed to colour this page. And this is the pocket size Fairy Tales of Colour in Heaven, and the illustrations in this are by Selena Fennick. And I coloured Red Riding Hood, and I gave this an alcohol marker base before I went on holiday, just to make things easier for myself, which it really did. And then throughout my holiday, like in like an hour here or an hour there, I just slowly added my pencil shading. So before going on holiday, I had to pick out my colours very carefully, because I wasn't taking a full set of pencils with me, like 120 pencils. That wasn't needed. Like, yeah, maybe I should have took a couple more pencils with me, because I did start another picture and got to the point where I was like, I need a yellow. And the only yellow I had with me was the pale yellow I used on her hair and like the yellowy ochre brown colour that I used for the shadows of the hair, and that was not the colour yellow I needed on the other page. But yeah, so these are the Castle Art pencils, and the black and white is the Faber-Castell Polychromos. So yeah, absolutely love this one. I tried to make it look a bit foggy, so that's why like areas look a bit paler than others. I don't know if it works, but it's good enough for me, so I'm okay with it. So yeah, so that's what it looked like with just the alcohol marker base. And then shadowing. I do love how the red of her hood turned out. And for once I think the camera is actually picking it up in the right like tone of red, which does not happen very often. Close enough anyway. And the other page that I started in here, which I will be finishing in July, is Jack and the Beanstalk. I haven't done much of it at all. Haven't even finished that sky because I need a bit of a brighter yellow to add to the sun, and then I need to brighten up some of the blues in the background, I think, as well. But yeah, that's not finished. I just started it and then realised I needed a different yellow. So I stopped because I didn't want to ruin it. But yeah. Jack and the Beanstalk. I do love this book. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Look at how cute those bears are. But yeah, I do like the pocket-sized editions of these Colour in Heavens. I also need to get the new Colour in Heaven that's come out. Or coming out? I think it's out now. The Peter Pan one. Because, yeah, I need it. I need it. Now, I do like Peter Pan. Next up, I have another pocket-size Colour in Heaven, but this is the Sleeping Animals special of it, and this is designs by R.J. Hampson, and I believe somebody told me that these illustrations are in another of his books. I have not seen this book, so I'm not too sure about that, but I trust people that tell me stuff like that. So first of all, I have Monkey Business. These 3 cheeky monkeys. Well, one of them's cheeky, 2 of them are sleeping. I'll bring this up closer. So shiny, what paint did I use? The Dough Crafts Artiste acrylic paint. It's just a cheap paint I have. Oh, I have it here. That helps. This that I picked up from, I believe it was either TK Maxx or Home Sense. I believe they're the same company. Our shops are literally right next door to each other and they pretty much sell the same stuff. But I do find sometimes with the art supplies, if you go in Home Sense, they're slightly cheaper for some reason. Like, some things will be cheaper in Home Sense and some will be cheaper in TK Maxx. But I don't know why, because I remember specific item was paintbrushes. I just wanted some paintbrushes that I could use with any paint and like not have to pay an arm and a leg for them. So I went in TK Maxx and I think they wanted $10.99 for this pack of, I think it was a pack of 5, and I think it said like it could be used with, mostly suitable for acrylic paint, but you could use it with watercolour as well or something like that. So I thought, yeah, that seems okay, but $10.99 seems a bit pricey. So I thought, maybe I'll come back another day, get them. But then I went next door to Home Sense, and yeah, I looked in their art section, same paintbrushes, $6.99. I'm like, why? And of course I bought them because I thought that was a more reasonable price. But why was the same brushes 2 different prices? Like, yeah, I have no idea. I do think they are the same company. just different branches. If I'm wrong, please correct me, like, as I've just been thinking they're the same company for all this time. Maybe they have different suppliers for the same products. I don't know. Who knows? So yeah, monkey business. Did I say alcohol marker base and brute form square pencils? If I did, I'm repeating myself. If I didn't, now you know. But yeah, I do like that. And I chose the monkeys first because it wasn't long until my birthday and I'm born year of the monkey. So I thought, why not? Plus, it's one of the simpler pages in here. I don't know why I said that because they're all quite simple. But yeah, it came simply to me. And then the other page I have coloured is a video where I did a flip through of this book, which is where somebody told me about the pictures being in one of his other books. And on this one I used the Crawford and Black pencils, which are from The Works here in the UK, Posca pen, Mod Podge Extreme Glitter on the dragonfly's wings, and KJ Design by Karen in Lake Blue on, I don't know if it's going to pick it up because, oh there we go, on the bodies is the Lake Blue and the Mod Podge on the wings. So yeah, that looks pretty. So he was another simple one, which in June I think I did want a lot of simple pages because the previous months I had been focusing on, yeah, some like more complicated projects. Every time I see this one I want to colour it. It's so funny. So yeah, I may end up with another one completed in here soon. Again, these little pocket size ones are great for when you just need to add colour. I start off that way and then end up adding detail later when I feel like it. Oh no, I know which one I wanted to colour next. It was this one, the piggies. They're so cute. So next up is, I started this one in May with a background. Let me just zoom out slightly. That'll do. Oh, wibble wobble, sorry. So this is Pop Manga Beauties and Beasties by Camilla de Erico. I can't wait for her new book to come out. Winged, is it Winged something? Flight of Fancy. Yeah, I'm just messing that right up. Yeah, I can't remember the exact wording of the title, but it's like flying creatures, if that makes sense. And I coloured, no it's not that one, that's the spider one. I started with the background in May and then finished her off this month, which was a pretty quick one. But yeah, I do love the background for her. I didn't know how I was going to paint that until I painted it. Like, I knew I wanted her to be in a sky of some sort, but yeah, wasn't sure of anything until I started it. So it's the De La Rowney Designer's Gouache in the background, and then Brute Form square pencils and Posca pen on her. Keeping it simple, you know. Nothing too fancy on that one, but I think it gets the job done. And I do always enjoy colouring in her books. I have so many pages I want to colour. Like, I haven't coloured many in this one yet. I think this is the third one I've coloured. I've done the spiders, the spider girl, her, and this one. And that is it. Like, I need to colour more in there. But again, because I like doing the paint backgrounds, I have to make sure I have the willpower to not get the paint out, but clean it up afterwards. I don't make a huge mess, but it obviously takes more effort to clear your area after use. Next up I have Any Day by Morgan O'Brien, and again I love this book, and I realised that I believe it's Amanda Colours does a monthly page to colour, so I decided to join in with that. And I noticed in May it was supposed to be this page, I believe. Let me zoom in a bit more now. I believe it was supposed to be this page. So I started with this one. I do have a couple of pages already coloured in this book. I don't know if the monthly thing, how many pages that's completed yet, but I thought I would start with this one. And I really do enjoy how it turned out, although at one point that apron looked rather a bit yellow and it looked like she worked at McDonald's. You know how McDonald's is red and yellow? Yeah. So I had to quickly change that up and make it more brown. I thought that was the only way I can save it, because I didn't want her to look like she worked at McDonald's. I wanted her to look like she was putting the washing out, and I thought she would suit a red dress, so that's why I did that. So I have used alcohol markers as a base. It always helps in these sorts of books for me, just with the process of making it simpler and fun. And then I used the Brute Funa square pencils. I used them quite a lot this month because I had them out. Does anybody else do that? Once they have a set of pencils out, they use it a few times and then change to another one. And then Posca pen. The only thing I'm not completely happy with is this sheet. I put the shading in slightly the wrong place for parts of it, and then I could not fix it. But I left it because I was just making it worse. But yeah, if I don't think about it and I just take a quick glance at it, I'm fine. But yeah, I made this t-shirt pink because one, she was doing light pink sheets, so I didn't think she would put any drastically different colours out on the washing line with these sheets, because they would have been in the same wash cycle. So I kept the t-shirt pink, and then I realised I had coloured previously. Where is she? I'm not going to be able to find it now, am I? It's somewhere back here. Here. I've coloured her in this pinky purple t-shirt here. So it's not that much of a difference in colour. So I thought, it seems like she's wore it and then now she's washing it. So yeah. And I love the way that these dandelion fluff plants, I'm guessing that's what they are, turned out. I did think about putting some Mod Podge Extreme glitter on those, but I was like, nope, you're done. You don't need to add that to every page. So yeah, and then the next page I coloured in here was June's page, which again, I love how this turned out. I don't know, I just saw her in purple. Then after I posted this to Instagram, I realised lots of people thought she would look good in purple, because I don't look at the completed pages until after I've completed mine. So yeah, so I thought, yeah, well, she obviously does look good in purple because all these people have chose purple, but we've all got different variations. Some people went purple skirt, purple top, some people went purple skirt, different coloured tops, some people had a darker purple, etc. So it's nice to see that even though we use the same colours, they're still extremely different. So yeah. And on this one, what did I use? Again, alcohol markers. I used the Crawford and Black pencils, Posca pen, and this one I did add the Mod Podge Extreme glitter because I added it to her headband, which I thought was a nice touch. Just out berry picking. Gotta have your sparkly headband on, right? So this is the 4th one I've coloured in here now. I need to check what the next page is that everybody's colouring. I think I saw it. I think it was... Where is it? I swear when I look for things I just cannot find them. I think it was this one. So I'd be happy to colour that because like literally where I've just been on holiday looked a lot like this. Like you had the beach, then your grassy sand, like the grass in the sand, and some of it had decking, most of it didn't. But yeah, that looks a lot like the area I've just been to, so I could probably take inspiration from that. I did see lots of like dogs there as well, obviously. I also saw a cat in a pushchair. Like, you know, you get those pushchairs for pets, and I actually saw a cat in one. Like, we were walking up to it and we were like, oh, there's a dog in there, and then we got closer and it was a cat. I was like, oh bless, they brought their cat on holiday. Like, you hear about people bringing their dogs on holiday, but their cat, like, I love it. And then the last page I completed is in the Yampuff 100. I literally got to zoom out a bit for that because it's quite big. So yeah, the Yampuff 100, and again, another simple page, and it was another one that I was carrying on with from last month because I had done the background, well, not the bubbles, but I had started the painting the background. I can actually zoom in a bit, can't I, because I'm landscape. So every time I zoom in and out I wobble. So here we have this beautiful mermaid and her fishy and dolphin friends. So in the background I have acrylic paint, and I used a stencil. Like, I put a layer of like this metallic, which bit was metallic? No, I had a blue-grey layer of paint, and then through a stencil of like bubble stencil, I don't know where it is now, I can't show you, sorry. I put the metallic blue paint over the stencil, and then I drew around the bubbles, well, a lot of the bubbles, with a white Posca pen, so they really showed up, and I think it worked. I like it. And then on her I have used Brute Funa square pencils and Posca pen. So these are all Brute Funa square pencils. No alcohol marker base, which is rare for me in this sort of book. But yeah, I like the colour choices. I don't often go for red tails on mermaids. I don't know why. Like, when I think mermaid, I just automatically go either blue, green or purple. I think that's... But I'm trying to use red more often because, like, red and orange, I never used to use it a lot. Like pink I could use on every page, blue I could use on every page. Red, it comes out of Christmas, I think. But yeah, I do like how this has turned out. I was hesitant about giving her pink hair with the red tail, but I made her hair so sort of brightly pink that it wouldn't be red. Because I find sometimes when you're colouring, your reds can look a bit pink. So then when you do pink next to it, it just looks like you've only used pink. So I made sure the red looked red and the pink looked pink. Is that just babbling? I don't know. But yeah, and I like the way the dolphin turned out. Like, it didn't have to be realistic, and I'm glad, else I would have been ages on that dolphin. But for like a animated cartoon type dolphin, I think that is enough sort of detail. So yeah, that is my last page of the month. And Yampuff 100. Like, that is going to take forever to colour, but also so much fun. I just like how you can do as much or as little detail in those as possible. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching. I know that I have enjoyed colouring them, and again I look forward to seeing everybody else's videos. My binge watching will begin. Yeah, I do love watching those videos as well when I'm colouring, so hopefully I'll get some colouring and some watching done all in one. Until next time, take care, enjoy your colouring, and yeah, goodbye.